Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of BTD5. I wanted to celebrate the 400 subscribers by showing you a gameplay beating Tarpit's Mastery Impoppable without using injections, premiums, and any extra cheat or stuff. Just beating it with 5 Pro Trouble Tutos, the lab upgrades, the Bloom Cheaper special building, and a trick that I've learned recently going with the farms that is exploiting a mechanic already present in the game, so it's not like a cheating or stuff like that. It's just something, but I'm gonna exploit it to the maximum. And to be able to make this strategy work, you're gonna need especially the lab upgrades, a sell price maxed out, so level 13 or close to level 13, because you need to get back as much cash as possible after selling a tower. Now the strategy is based on a mechanic on the farms. When pretty much when you have a farm 3-0, you start a new round and you upgrade it to 4-0. All your bananas are transformed into boxes, so you get a lot more of cash. And the cool thing is the fact that if you have the farm in range of a village, and if you sell that farm at the end of the round, you get it again 3-0, then you start the new round and you get it again to factory. You're getting each round, you're getting more cash, and that extra cash is what makes it possible to beat this map, Mastery Impoppable. You can use also this strategy for whatever other map in the game. I'm just showing it for the hardest one. And I have already recorded the gameplay. I'm gonna just comment over it with and the video is faster. So yeah, let's go. And as I said, placing the 5 Pro Totals at the beginning of each pit. That position I thought it was the best one to start. And then using all the cash early game to start getting the farms going. In mastery mode is essential farming. You cannot really beat even medium, you cannot beat it without farms. And yeah, that's why I got also a farmer to help me collect the bananas. And I'm using as well in this gameplay every single trick that I know to collect more cash. So I'm placing the farm before that ends to collect the extra 2 bananas. I'm selling a lesser farm to get the other one to 0 to get also more cash. And also I'm using another way of getting more cash, that is after you place a village to the farms, you can sell them all and you can replace them again, and in that way you are creating immediately more cash. And yeah, so those are all things that I've learned through the years, through playing the game or from knowing it from other people, so in the comments or watching other people's playing the game. And I know the main strategy involving, you know, placing a farm 3-0, then upgrading it 4-0, and then doing it over and over and over again may sound like a cheat, but is actually it isn't. It's just exploiting a mechanic present in the game, so it's not a bug. It's something that how the game has always worked. Now, round 20. After round 20, I started placing some ninjas to be able to have some extra damage going on, and also using some raw spikes, as you could see there, especially in the left pit. And then right now I'm placing a ninja for each of the pits. Now first of all, I'm focusing primarily on getting towers in the top left, top right, and bottom side, because in that way I can target all the pits. And then I'm just finishing by placing the remaining 2 towers in the 2 pits. Now right here I'm doing the trick I talked about earlier with the village. So after I place a village, I sold all the farms and I'm just replacing them, so in that way I'm creating instantly more cash, and I could get the and I could get a farm 3-0 here. Here replacing the farm as well was a little hard to place, but I could do it at the end of the day. And now replacing back the 4th farm. 4, in my opinion, is the best number of farms. Is the correct number. That is not gonna be too low, but it's not gonna be either too high. So 4, in my opinion, is just the perfect number. Now I had some problems around 31. So I tried to upgrade the ninjas 1-1, but it wasn't enough, and so I decided to use Rospects as well, other than upgrading the ninjas, and that was how I beat it around 31. Now getting the second farm 3-0, and if you have watched my other videos, you may know that this is the setup I always get before I got the factory. And here we go, round 34, at the beginning, I got the factory. I upgraded every ninja 3-1, and you're gonna be seeing now that I'm gonna sell the farm. I'm gonna replace it again 3-0. I'm gonna start the new round, and I'm gonna upgrade it to factory. And that is what I'm gonna do over and over for every single one of the rounds. I got Bloom Cheaper placed for round 35 for the ceramics. And now I'm also placing villages. Now here in this case I made a mistake because I placed the Bloom Shipper in the bottom side, but I should have placed it in another spot. You're gonna be seeing in round 40 why placing the Bloom Shippers like this was a mistake, especially the bottom one. Around 37 as well, remember camo LEDs, so you need something else to pop the camo, the LED layers camo. So in this case I got some apprentices, and that was the thing I really needed. And so right now I'm selling them. The turtles can pop LED blooms, so normal LEDs are popped by the turtles. And I'm just keeping on getting the upgrades that I need in the round, and getting every time the farm to factory at the beginning, getting that extra cash and making it work. And now here in round 40 you're gonna be seeing why getting the 4 Bloom Shippers, the 4th Bloom Shipper in the bottom side was a mistake, because the Moab came in the right pit, not in the bottom one. And so yeah, I just sold the Bloom Shipper in the bottom side and I just placed it correctly, so now I can destroy the Moab layer for each pit. Definitely the slow of the blooms coming out of the Bloom Shipper with the special building really helps as well. And now in mastery mode, round 40 is the beginning of the pain, because after round 40 is where the game really becomes super hard. Round 43 you have 7 Moabs. Round 46 you have the BFB, and in this case around 42 I lost because of the camos. So I just got the top left village with camo detection, and that was enough to pop all the camos. So now what I'm focusing is, other than getting the extra cash from the farm every round, I'm trying to place a Bloom Shipper for 2 for each pit. Remember around 47 even more Moabs, and yeah, if you don't have a Bloom Shipper for each pit you may risk losing, and I didn't really want to do that, so I just played safe and I got the Bloom Shippers. I'm also, in the meantime, I'm getting some of the ninjas upgraded for 2. I got first the ninjas in the top left, top right and bottom side. Now also in the bottom left side. So BFB easy, and then upgrading the Bloom Shipper in the bottom side now, so that now I have 1 Bloom Shipper for each pit. Each one of them is focusing 2 pits though at the same time, so yeah, overall it's just better. I got also all the ninjas for 2. so some distraction going on and some damage on the ceramics. um, and at this point I started getting the top left, the bottom and top right village as well, 0-2 for camos. I didn't really remember exactly where or how many camos came out in the rounds, so I decided to play safe and to get the villages, to give camo to the bloon chippers, camo detention to the bloon chippers. Now from this point on I started doing the trick with the farm, also with valuable bananas. So now I'm getting each box worth 600, so that's a lot more. And around 52 I think I lost here. Yeah, I lost in the top left pit because a lot of mobs came out there, and I hadn't enough mob popping power to deal with the balloons. And so I decided from that mistake to start placing one more bloon chipper for each pit. First focusing top left, top right and bottom side, and then finishing also in the other two pits. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So I got here bloon chippers in the for all the pits. At least I got 2 bloon chippers for some of the pits. Now right there I saw the farm. I placed another one because I wanted to see where I could place the other bloon chippers. And then here I'm just going on with the strategies. I'm just continuing with getting the bloon chippers upgraded for each pit, doing the trick with the farm for each round, getting that extra cash. That is really what makes the difference. That extra cash that you get by getting the farm upgraded to factory in the round is what makes the difference. And that's why if you do this trick you can you can survive. Mastering Impoppable in a map like this one, Tar Pits, that is the hardest map in the game. And yeah, I was pretty happy about that. Now at this point I started leaving one factory always on, and I started doing the trick with the second one, so in that way I could get more cash. The next threat is round 63, so the mob rushes, and my main threat, now that I had 10 bloon chippers total, was ceramics. So I didn't have enough ceramic popping power. So the main problem was not popping the mob layers, but destroying the ceramics fast enough. So what I did for round 60 that I lost was getting the top left glue gunner 3-2, and that should be enough to do it. And then also getting bombs and ice towers. So these 3 towers are the best combo in BTD5 to get CC and to get huge CC and huge damage as well. So still doing the trick with the farm, upgrading the glue gunners now. I got all the bombs 3-2, all the glue gunners now 3-2. Trick with the farm, and now I'm upgrading also the ice towers 3-2, very important for round 63 to slow down the ceramics after I could pop the mobs. So the first rush was done with just one 3-2 ice tower, but it was enough. So then for the last 2 rushes I just got the other 2 ice towers, and that was enough to survive the mob rushes. So I was a little surprised. I thought the round would have been a little more difficult, but yeah, I take that. And yeah, still here doing the trick, having one factory permanently, so just leaving it there, giving me the extra cash. Upgrading right now the bombs for 2, so adding a stun, so even more CC for the ceramics. Getting here all the blue chippers upgraded for 2, so now I have 3 blue chippers for each bit. And from now on, I started thinking about how to defeat the very last rounds of the gameplay. And I wanted to build a temple. Now, you don't really need to build a temple to be able to defeat the last rounds in Mastery Mode. You just need like a bunch of super monkeys, sun gods, or robot monkeys, or submarines, or I don't know, whatever, to be and still being able to survive the last rounds. I just wanted to do to get a temple because I wanted to finish in style, and that's why I got a Propontoon right there, and I got a super monkey placed on top of it, in range also of the 2-3 village that I got in the top left side. Now at this point I realized it was around 73 and I still had to get like a lot of sacrifices going on and getting the temple itself. So I decided to still do the trick with the farm, with just the 4th one, to be able to get the cash a little faster, and so in that way I could have got the temple sooner. Now at this point I'm starting to count the sacrifices to see if I can reach 30k with each sacrifice. And I had already ice, glue, and bomb placed, so I had only to count and to reach 30k for each tower. I just needed one more bomb to do it, so I had already all the ice towers also upgraded, blue gunners as well, and the only thing I needed was the apprentice sacrifice, so I got 2 apprentices there for 2, and then to reach more than 30k just getting another 2-3, and that was it. Now I got already enough of darts because I got the other super monkey and I also got the villages in range, so around 80 I think it was the last round that I kept the farms and I kept doing the trick. And here I'm selling everything. I don't really need the farms anymore at this point, so I got the temple. I placed again a village. Now unfortunately the top left principles were sold as sacrifices. I didn't really need to, but yeah, the range was barely touching them, so I just replaced those. And now here I did something that you don't need to do, so I got the super monkey special building, just because I wanted to have the temple activated ability. And yeah, just surviving here the last rounds pretty efficiently. You still need the bloon shippers if you really wanna survive. Here in this round using the temple ability and also the village ability, and that was around 85 already. So that was the gameplay, guys. I hope you enjoyed and see ya. Bye bye.